Yeah, that was
Here
good.
we go.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, guys, so welcome on our second session of the Tech Hour webinar related to Creatio 8.3.2 release. So yesterday you received some information what we have changed in this particular release. Yesterday we presented a couple of features, and today we will have a continuation of this kind of presentations. Oh, sorry, I need to run the presentation with the particular slides. Just give me a second, as I need to find
So,
the correct
as a
slide.
reminder, as Robert, as Robert have the session one, we highly recommend you, of course, to revisit our previous tech hour, where we shared with you some updates in regards of our Creatio AI improvements. So, Robert, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, what we're going to show you today. So we'll show you how the new personal list setting for a folder works like. So I will show you a couple of examples. How does it work, how we can use it, and so on. I will also show you the simultaneous work of creators in Freedom UI Designer, in a data model designer, and so on. Also, I will present how our chat translations work like with the example of Telegram chatbot. And then Matt is going to show you the new beta feature of a page structure in the left panel for the Freedom UI Designer. He will also show you some details on the dashboard section in Freedom UI. And how now we can use the new features of the
in
web form.
our landing pages for the form content block element, there has been a quite a big improvement, especially for the constant values, and the last one but not least would be business rules
Mhm.
improvement. There is particular one where we can set up the current values according to related objects. So, Robert,
Exactly.
sorry for interruption and
No worries, these are your
take over.
topics, so I believe you have some more information about this than me. So thank you for this. Okay, guys. So let's start. At the beginning, I would like to show you our new personal list setting for a folder. So for now, it is possible to create a custom setup of the columns and of the other list settings for the particular folders. So now we don't have a general list setting for all the folders. We can change this list for the particular folder. And later on, of course, we can share it with the other users. So we can save it as a default list setting for all users for this particular folder. We can also override the existing list setting and so on. So let me just run my environment and let me
Hmm,
just show you. So just give me a
that's cool.
second. Mhm. Let me
Okay,
just.
thank you, Jennifer, for the feedback. Really appreciate it and happy to hear you're enjoying that. We are as much excited as we do because, frankly, as our team prepares some really amazing features, and maybe even those are the small things, but from the user standpoint, I believe that they are going to be great improvement in daily work, of course.
Okay. So that is my environment. And let's go to our contact section. And here in this contact section, of course, on the left side, we can turn on folders. So let's say that we'll go to our customers folder. So for now, to use this feature, on the right-hand side, where we have our settings for the list, we can choose create custom setting for customers, right? So whenever I will click this particular one, I will be setting up now the list setting only for this folder. So let's say I would like to, let me just check my notes. Let's say I would like to hide the columns type. I would like also to hide the column account. And also, let's say I would like to change the order of the birth date. So now let me just go to the other folder. So contacts not contacted to active leads. Please have a look that now we have a different setup of columns for the customers folder and different one for all the others. So for now, depending on this, what we have in the particular folder, we can set up this particular custom list setting. So that is very simple one and so on. But let's say that we would like to apply it also for the other users. So let me just also use this setting. So please have a look that now. We can save this as a new default setting for customers, right? So we are not saving this setting for all the folders. We are setting it for the customers, right? So let me just confirm this one. And also I have another user. Let me just go to this user. So that is another user, Mary, in the same environment. So for now, I will go to our contact section. And here, I will go to my customers folder. So as you can see, now Mary has access to this particular columns, to this particular setting. Okay. However, still we can set up a custom list setting for Mary. So as you can see, I can clear the custom setting for customers, so I will be able to have just the regular list setup, or I can customize it depending on my needs. So let's say also I would like to hide this particular column. So now Mary is still customizing this particular list setup only for her, right? So on the other user where I was setting up these settings, we'll still have the same list setup. So in that case, we are still keeping, we can say, the user column setup. However, also we can share this folder column setup for the other ones. So let me also show you one more thing. Let me just read it in my notes what I wanted to show you, as these are very tiny details. Okay, so the other important feature here is that whenever we are setting up this setup for the particular folder, we can still clear this, right? So whenever I will click clear custom setting for customers, I will bring back my original and default list setting, which is not related to any folder. Okay, so that's basically the way how does it work. So you can just customize the setups for the particular folders, and you can also share it with the other users, but at the same time we are still keeping this users setup, right? So for example, if I am supervisor here, I can share my setup of columns for this folder with Mary, but Mary can use it and still customize it for herself in case if she would like to do some changes here. I believe that is a very simple feature and very useful one. So in that case, let me just come back to my presentation and let's go to another topic. So the next topic is simultaneous work of creators in the object. I believe this one is extremely useful. So from now on, whenever we are working in multiple users on configuration of our Freedom UI pages, or we're working on a data models and so on, we'll see this particular information on the top of the screen. And also, if the other user will save some change, will save the page, will do some changes for the page which we are currently editing, we'll also see some notifications about this. So let me organize my screen again, but this time I will need to play with the setup a little bit.
Robert, I believe that in this particular feature, you're going to need my help, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you tell me to which page should I navigate in my environment? So we will
So,
show in the editor how it looks like.
so please, for now, navigate to the contacts form page. So please go to the contacts section
All
and
right,
please go to
already
our,
done.
okay.
Okay, so
So
I'm
let me
waiting for
also,
you in the designer. Yeah.
okay, let me just open it here. All right. So let me just give a second.
Yeah, I need a second as well. So don't.
All right. So I can see Matt for now is logged in as a Peter Moore. So as you can see, my user is a supervisor, right? I am a supervisor here. So as you can see, I see that Matt is already in the same page. So whenever we have this situation to avoid overwriting changes and so on, we can ask
And I
this
escaped.
particular. Exactly. So as you can see, Matt has escaped right now. So whenever we have this situation, we can just ask our colleague what he is doing exactly in this file and so on, and we can avoid this kind of overwriting of the changes. Right? As you can see, Matt again appeared here, so I can see that he is going to edit our contact object and contacts form page. But it also works not only on the we can say on the Freedom UI level, but also on a data model level. So for example, now, let's say that I will go, Matt, I believe I will show it also on my screen so it will be better visible. So I will open the second page. All right, so let me just do it this way. And I will open also the other user, which is our Mary King. Okay, so that is also another user in the same environment. So let me just go to the data model of the contact here. Okay, so in that case, I will open the application hub. Let me just do it this way. And in that case, let me go to lead and opportunity management because we're saving some changes there. I will access this data model from our package, and here I have object contact. Okay, so for now I will access this particular data model. So please have a look that for now we're not editing the form page, we're editing a data model which is connected as a data source here. So anyway, in case if Mary will do some changes to the contact data model that can affect my work whenever I'm working on the contacts form page, right? As you can see for now, we can see Mary King here and also Peter Moore, who's actually Matt, right?
Yeah,
So I
that's
can see.
actually quite an amazing feature, I have to say. And that part when, okay, to be honest, that slicked through my hands. So thank you, Robert, for sharing that. And especially we can see that which editor and which user is making changes in the data model structure itself, and which is both making changes to the interface and the data model, depending on the source, of course. That's actually, thanks for sharing.
Not a problem at all. So what we'll do next? So let's say that even if we can see that we have any other user here, we'll do some changes. So I prepared this kind of column owner type, and let's say that we'll change the title of this column. So for now, I will do like owner type 123, and I will save these changes. So let's imagine that the other user already saved the changes, right? So please have a look what happened in this uh, for this user. I have an information that Mary King just updated contact. Please refresh page to see changes, right? So whenever we're saving these other changes, I will see that this page is not updated. And also I will see this information here, like schema outdated. So now I will be safe because I know that somebody did already some changes. And whenever I will save my changes on my page, we can have some issues and so on, right? So it will be better to just reload the page. So I believe that is extremely useful in case if we're using a multiple in case if we are working with a team on the same, we can say, elements of our interface, data models, and so on. And also this one works for the code, right? So whenever we're editing the code of the particular page, we'll also see these warnings, okay? So let's go to the next change, to the next feature. Let me just go back to my presentation. Okay, so another change is in our chat window. So whenever we're working with our chats using like WhatsApp, Messenger, or Telegram, for now we have a new feature which is AI based. So it is about automatic translations. So in case if we're receiving messages in a different language which we don't know, we can simply translate the messages which we are receiving, and also we can translate messages which we're sending. Okay, so this particular feature is able also to detect the particular language. So let me just present you this one. Let me go back to my environment. Okay. So let's go here and let's turn on our chats. So I will just write a message here. Give me a second. Okay. So I integrated with this environment a chatbot in Telegram. Okay. So now I will write a message in Spanish, right? As you can see, I have a new message here. I can accept chat. As you can see, I was doing some particular tests to make sure it's working. And now let me just activate this particular feature. So here you can see detected language and a target language. So we can adjust this one manually. And here, that is the place where we can hide and show the translation panel. Okay. So whenever this one is done, I can click here just to translate. Okay. And as you can see, my message was translated. Hello, can you help me? As you saw, the original one was in Spanish. So now I can just translate it in this way. So let's say that I would like to answer. Okay, so I don't know Spanish, so let me just type yes, what is your issue? And here I have this kind of small button translate. So let me just translate this one, and it is already translated. I can send it. So that is the way how we can work with this. So let's say that I will receive another message in Spanish. Let me just send this one. Okay. And please have a look that it is already translated. I send it in Spanish. So it says my printer is not working and making strange noises. When I will click on show original, it will show the original text in Spanish. So it was automatically translated. So in this way, we don't need to click and translate it manually. So this particular feature um, works also for the templates of messages. So here, whenever I will click, I can use any of the templates, right? So let's say I will click, thank you for contacting us. Have a nice day. Of course, in a real case scenario for this answer, I will try to sort it out. But in this case, I will say thank you for contacting us. Have a nice day. So let's just click translate, and it is done. So even if we are using a template, we can quickly translate it to detected language. So we can choose from all of the languages here, and also we can adjust it to our particular language, which we know. And whenever we are proceeding with assigning this chat to a different agent. So, for example, now I don't, I'm finishing my shift, and Matt will be taking care about this particular customer. And let's say Matt knows Spanish. It will also keep the original messages. All right. So Matt will be able also to automatically translate all of the messages to English. However, if he knows Spanish, it will be shown in Spanish. So this particular feature is based on the AI skill. Okay, so let me also show you this skill. Uh, it was called translate text. Okay, so here we have our skill translate text. So this one with API is the particular one which we are using for this functionality. Why it is good to know that this skill is behind this. In case if you would like to change behavior of these translations, you can adjust the prompt depending on this, what kind of changes you would like to do. So, of course, in the prompt, we have some information about this that it should not translate like name, email addresses, web links, and so on. However, in case if you will need to customize these translations in a particular way, you are also able to do this in this particular skill. So that's basically the way how does it work like. So I believe these features are quite simple and in my opinion extremely useful. So that will be all from my side. So Matt, I think that now it is your turn
Sure,
to take our digital floor.
I can take over. Thank you very much for showing us those amazing features, Robert. Um, I, I'm pretty sure that they are going to, make your life easier, especially when you work with the client, especially from the foreign languages. And as the LLM models are being more precise, though translation will enable communication with other people from other countries, which is quite a big step, I'd say. So please let me share a screen and talk a little bit about my part of our release. So let me start maybe from showing you something that our team prepared in the beta testing. So first thing would be not to show you that in the environment, but rather to go to our release notes. Because as you figured, those features are to be enabled in our feature toggling section, and we need the code for the structure. So let me find the section, feature toggling. Here it is. And as far as I remember, Robert, you did not enable this feature in this environment, right? Before our session.
No, I didn't.
Okay, perfect. So let's mark it as active or enabled. And let's enter the code, and we are going to use it for all of our users. Okay, now as it is active, the feature that is on the beta stage is to show you the structure of the page that we're editing in the drag and drop designer in the on the left side panel. So I want to make changes to the contacts form page because this is the most obvious object that most of you daily work on. So it is relatively familiar one. But I want to show it, enter that contacts form page from the standpoint of application hub. Because before I will make any changes, I would like to remind you that by adding new page, we are now able to design the pages in the mobile app designer, right? So in the drag and drop designer from the application hub, we are able to design the pages for the mobiles. And we are not going to dive deeper. I just wanted to highlight this amazing feature because I know that plenty of you were waiting for that. We're waiting for it. And we are going to dedicate another and separate tech hour towards how we can design the pages, what you can expect. And yeah, but coming back to our contact form page and our beta feature, here it is. Let me quickly open it. No, that this is something that Robert did not preview previously. Because as you know, we needed to enable that feature in the separate section, but now you can see that the structure tab is in here. So this feature is actually quite amazing, especially for out of the box elements or out of the box pages that are quite complex already. And now also you can see the structure and the layers in terms of the components and containers that we are using, right? So we have got a title container, right? It is over here. Back button is in that container as well, page title. So it is going to show you, or let's go with the addresses, right? Of course, spelling error. Sorry about that. Okay. Addresses, right? So we have got addresses expansion panel, and in that we have got the container with those following container and buttons. So this is still, again, a beta part of the release. So if you have any questions, please contact the team. But I believe that this is going something that will help you design your pages and interfaces without any fail, and also help up to set up some business rules. That I'm going to show in a second. But before we will go there, let me quickly close that form page from the habit that I have. I would like to show you in the runtime two more features that our teams prepared. So one can be found in the service workplace, and that will be the dashboard that is in the section, right? Because as you know, the dashboard component is something that our team included as a component and part of the page. We can implement the dashboards on the list page, on the form page, or in some additional like toggle panels. They are available. But now, as you can see, for instance, can they could be also included in the sections. So every single section have had their own dashboards available and dedicated to them. But our team, because of the feedback, and we know that this is something that was quite awaited, is available as with three available dashboards for case intelligence, agent command center, service command center. So those three out of the box dashboards, they are available now in Freedom UI. Also, as this is the component that we previously also discussed last week in the tech hour, yeah, you can add some new ones, either for you as user or you as supervisor can dedicate and create the dashboards for the whole and all users, the whole environment and all users, right? So everything is in here. But what is important, as previously we did not have possibility and we did not have dashboards as section for the service, this is the first element that we have got available. But as you can see on my navigation panel, there are two sections that are quite identical, right? The only difference is the shade of a blue. So we did not get rid, of course, from the classic UI dashboards because this is not how we do things, right? So we know and we are aware of the fact that most of you and plenty of our customers are still using the classic UI. So not to, let's say, get rid of the possibility and keeping those dashboards and taking away them from you, we are going to keep it. Also, I believe that I can share a rumor that our team is also working on a migration tool that will be available on the marketplace in some time to make migration from the classic UI dashboards to Freedom UI. But anyways, this is something that our team make happen, and we have got dashboards available in a separate section. Another point that I would like to share with is about our landing pages that as I previously mentioned when Robert was showing the presentation, this feature will help you to organize and collect the answers from the landing pages more easily, or maybe not even to collect the answer, but to segment them. Because now our the improvement that we have got will be to default and sort of a pre-filled out values per the submission on the page, right? So let me open it in the designer. Let me quickly go to the form settings, right? To our form component. And in here, that page, as you already know, form settings looks a little bit different as we know it, right? But we still can select and decide which object we want to collect our responses to: contact, lead, order, submission. Of course, I would recommend submission in general. Yeah, or we can even, oh, sorry. This is not the button. Nonetheless, what you can do is that for the fields of our for our columns of our submission record, we can decide which of them they are going to appear, of course, in the on the form itself, right? But keep in mind the change that over here we have got it in the form of a list component, like in terms of the interface. And those lookup values, of course, this is our submission order object where we are going to select the columns from. Yeah, so let's say that I would like to collect the cities, and I know that if somebody will, let's say, put a submission vote on the form, right? It is going to be very particular one. Let's go with Austin. So I'm going to send that submission form to all people to Austin, and the answer, of course, will be with this particular value. Of course, this is not the best example, but I believe that this functionality or the way we're going to send the submission forms and your votes, it's going to make easier to determine, for instance, if the scores are going to be connected to the particular event or if they are going to be connected to campaign a marketing campaign or any other related objects and how we are going to sort them. Yeah. So note that as I have added, we can see that this particular city or all the submissions from this page, they are going to be filled out with Austin value. Of course, the users will be able to change it, but for that, also, as you saw it, yeah, we can hide that particular column. So still, it will not be visible on the landing page itself, but the value and all the submissions will be with Elston value um, in the city column. All those submissions, naturally, as you're using or some of you, if you're using the landing pages, you know that all those submissions, they are connected on this particular setting with our submission section, and they will be visible per contact, right? So we are going to identify it, and it will be available on our contact form page in the marketing tab, right? So under the submissions, that would be stored here. Of course, my Maciej contact, it is not, does not have any submissions, but that's not the case because I open my contact just for to show you a small improvement in the business rule. Um, in the business rules. So our team prepared the improvement in terms of the set up value fields based on a related object. So as an example, let me quickly open a contact form page in the drag and drop designer, and let me go to the business rules. Oh, Mary King is still making changes to our contact data model, apparently, as you can see. But if we will add a business rule to set up the values based on related object, right? So the scenario will be that depending on the account that we're going assign to the user, the country for the user will be filled out based on the value of the country of an account, right? Of course, before we will set it up or before we will put it in the runtime, I will show you to which values I'm referring to, but let me add elements. And we want to change, first of all, we want to change, of course, the value of our country lookup for Mateusz Cieślik contact. So that would be lookup country. Keep in mind, this is a value of a contact record. And now we're going to fill it out with the value from another field. So we are not going to use the contact value because it is going to be empty, and if we will make the change, yeah, it will remain. So we are going to refer to related object, and we will refer to account naturally, and know that our account object has also a lookup with the same source as our contact object. So we are comparing the country of a filling out the country of contact with the value of country of an account. Let me quickly save it. And as the page is loading, let me also open the account Perfect. Successfully saved. I can close the designer. I can close the application hub. Uh-huh. And in our accounts section, I want to point out, let's say, two records. Let's go with Alpha Business and Apex Solutions, right? So one of them is from the United States, one from the United Kingdom, and those are accounts. If I will go back to my contact records, mhm, okay. So if I will go to my, I'm sorry,
Bless
that was
you.
it. Thank you. So if I will go back to my contacts, note that the country column is empty, right? Matt Cieślik as a record is countryless. He does not belong to any country. But if I will assign a account to this particular contact, it country's value, so the contact country's value, it is going to be filled out with the value of a country from the related object, which is, of course, Alpha Business record, which is a account. If I will change it to Alpex Solution, which was from the UK, note that it is going to be Yep, it is going to be changed accordingly to the account that we have got selected for the contact. And that can be resolved with the business rules only. But the important part is, of course, that you need to remember if you're working on a lookup, they need to have the same lookup source. It will rather not work with the type, for instance, right? Because keep in mind that source of the type, source, data source of the type of the account object is a little bit different than our type of a contact. But nonetheless, I believe this is also great improvement in terms of our interface and overall design. Of course, we can use it to any other values, but that would be the last feature that I have prepared for you. So thank you very much, Robert. I
Thank you so
believe.
much, Matt. So, yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed our second session here. So, of course, if you would like to get some more details about this, what we have changed, we invite you to visit our guides in Creatio Academy, where you can find all information in the release notes of this version. So, guys, thank you very much for today and have a nice weekend.
Take care. Have a nice weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.